Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Friday the 27th of May. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. We will start by taking a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe. Between days 11 and 15 there is a trend from previous days, and that is for temperatures to be trending slightly below climate averages, or perhaps even below climate averages across some central and eastern areas of Europe, where temperatures may be at least 4 or 5 degrees below climate averages. Between days 6 and 10, temperatures are forecast to be much warmer than the 11 to 15 day time period, with temperatures either near or trending slightly above climate averages, particularly across some central and also northwestern areas of Europe, including France, Germany and Benelux, for example. And finally, between days 2 and 5, more central areas of Europe, including France, Switzerland, Germany and Benelux, may have temperatures trending 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages, yet some northwestern and eastern areas of Europe, including the UK and Austria, are likely to have temperatures trending 1 or perhaps 2 degrees below climate norms. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And over the next 2 to 5 days, temperatures are forecast to remain around 1 or 2 degrees below climate averages, as rather cool conditions dominate the weather across the UK. Towards the 30th and the 31st of May, however, temperatures may drop slightly further and become 3 degrees below climate averages. There is good model agreement and consistency for these temperature trends. Generally, between days 6 and 10, model agreement and consistency continues today from previous days to suggest that temperatures are likely to recover and potentially become 1 or 2 degrees above climate averages, though potentially as much as 3 degrees above climate averages towards the weekend of the 4th and the 5th of June. This is an association with a change of air mass as much milder west or southwesterly winds develop across the United Kingdom. The following weather chart for Friday the 3rd of May helps to illustrate why temperatures are forecast to generally rise to near or slightly above climate averages, as a building pressure across the majority of the United Kingdom introduces a milder southwesterly air mass across most areas. And finally, within the long term, despite some uncertainty given model divergence and a lack of consistency, I have medium or perhaps medium to high confidence to suggest that after temperatures being at least 1 or 2 degrees above climate averages towards the weekend and the 4th and 5th, as we move beyond the opening week of June, temperatures may then fall and become near or potentially 1 or 2 degrees below climate averages. And finally, taking a look at the latest ECMWF 32-day ensemble graph, you can see that throughout the majority of June, the latest ECMWF 32-day ensemble keeps temperatures very close to climate averages, and this ties in nicely with the latest other forecast models, which go out to the 9th and 10th of June. I have medium or perhaps medium to high confidence to suggest that the UK and West Europe will see temperatures very close to climate averages throughout the next 3 to 4 weeks. We're now taking a look at the expected European temperatures in some closer detail. Between days 11 and 15 there is model agreement and consistency. As a result, confidence levels are medium or perhaps medium to high to suggest that this period is likely to be quite cool across the majority of Europe. Surface temperatures are likely to be at least 2 or 3 degrees below climate averages, as generally cool northwesterly winds dominate across most regions. The latest Switzerland model comparison graph helps to illustrate the situation, and despite that there is some model divergence, the majority of the available forecast models do signal temperatures to be generally below a climate average of 16 degrees by at least 1 to 3 degrees. The 6 to 10 day time period is likely to be generally much milder, if not warmer, than compared with days 11 and 15. The majority of the available forecast models signal temperatures to be either near or trending slightly above climate averages, particularly across many central and also northern areas of Europe, including Switzerland, Germany, Benelux and the UK, for example. Looking at the latest model comparison graph from Benelux, you will see that despite some spread in the available forecast models with regards to just how high temperatures will become above climate averages, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models do have temperatures at least 1 or 2 degrees above climate averages. It should be noted that the Metro model, as represented by the solid black line, does raise temperatures to at least 5 or 6 degrees above climate averages. However, I expect that this is a model outlier, and despite temperatures likely to be above climate averages during this period towards the 4th and the 5th of June, temperatures are unlikely to be that significantly above climate norms. And finally, over the next 2 to 5 days, temperatures are forecast to be generally within 1 or 2 degrees of climate averages. However, some central areas of Europe, including France, Benelux and Germany for example, may have temperatures trending slightly above climate averages by just 1 or 2 degrees, and some areas of Eastern Europe and also the UK may have temperatures trending perhaps 1 or 2 degrees below. And now taking a look at the expected precipitation totals across Scandinavia. And over the next 7 to 10 days or so, there is medium or medium to high confidence given model agreement and consistency for precipitation totals to be generally above climate averages across the majority of Scandinavia itself. Some southern and western areas of Norway in particular may experience in excess of 125mm of rainfall, which is at least 400% of normal in what is forecast to be a wet period of weather. Within the longer term, as we move further into June, confidence levels remain medium or perhaps medium to high to suggest that precipitation totals are forecast to remain generally above climate averages as unsettled conditions dominate the weather. Many regions of Norway in particular may experience at least 80 to 100mm of rainfall. And now taking a look at global weather alerts which highlight significant deviations from normal. And over the next 7 to 10 days, precipitation totals are forecast to be well below climate averages across many southern areas of Brazil. Most regions are forecast to experience less than 25% of normal precipitation totals, with some areas over the next 7 to 10 days experiencing little or no measurable rainfall. Also well below average precipitation totals are forecast to continue across many areas of Australia over the next 7 to 10 days at least. With the exception of far western and eastern areas of the country, many areas are forecast to have little or no measurable rainfall over the next 7 to 10 days. This is in association with a large area of high pressure dominating the weather. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.